Hello everyone, I'm Brandolyn and we'll kick things off with hockey, where the Stingrays begin round 2 of the Kelly Cup playoffs at home tomorrow night, beginning a best-of-7 series against Adirondack, and fans will notice a familiar face on the opposing bench as the Thunder are led by former Rays captain and head coach Cale Macklin. For the Rays players, the coach of the opposing team shouldn't make much of a difference. South Carolina is probably the hottest team still alive, having won 7 of their last 8 games. But this should be a special series for head coach Spencer Carberry. He played for a year under Macklin with the Rays, then went on to be Cale's assistant coach. And Spencer learned a lot about the business of hockey from his former boss.
Cale taught me a ton of values and what it takes to be a head coach in this league, but it was more about how to treat people, how to teach, how to be organized, how to be professional, what you need to do in certain situations, and that I always reflect on and think about, and it's what became ingrained in me, and now I take forward as a head coach of this organization.
I think that we understand each other in terms of personalities and things like that, and we've watched each other's teams and played against each other. But at the same time, I think that until you're in a playoff series against another team, then you're really going to discover a lot about them.
And the Rays are already looking ahead to next season as the team released their 2016-17 schedule today. The year kicks off at home on Saturday, October 22nd against Greenville, a team the Rays will play 14 times. And 4 teams will visit the North Charleston Coliseum for the first time: Wichita, Tulsa, Colorado, and Manchester. 30 of the 36 home games will be on Friday, Saturday, or Sundays. Moving on to college baseball, and the biggest series in the country is this weekend will be Columbia, as the Gamecocks, ranked as high as number 2 in the country, host Florida, who is number 1 in almost every poll. The winner of the series takes control in the SEC. The Gators have probably the best roster in all of college baseball, and so Chad Holbrook knows his team will have to be as good as they've been all season to take this one.
You can look at this on paper and be scared to death. Luckily, the game's played between the white lines, and we're going to hopefully the ball will bounce our way this weekend. But we're going to need to play at a very, very high level. We're going to need some good fortune, and we're going to need to capitalize on our opportunities.
Now let's get into some football, where the NFL draft kicks off tonight at 8. And by the time the first round is over, hopefully sometime before the morning, 3 Clemson Tigers have a chance to hear their name called. Shaq Lawson seems to be a given, but defensive end Kevin Dodd and defensive back Mackenzie Alexander also have a shot to go in the first 31 picks. We'll have an update tonight at 11. And if you want to see Carolina make their first pick of the draft, you're going to probably have to stay up past your bedtime. The Panthers will pick 30th tonight as they look to add a key piece to a team that reached the Super Bowl last season. Some think that Carolina will be looking for a cornerback since the team lost Josh Norman last week. But General Manager Dave Gettleman says there's no one position that has to fill with any of the team's pick.
I don't subscribe to the theory that going into this draft, I got to get one of these, 2 of these, 1 of these, 3 of these. We're not shopping in a supermarket. We're going to take the best player, obviously on the assumption he fits. And when we set our board, everybody on that board fits us, fits our schemes, what we want to do, what we want to accomplish, where we want to get to. They can help us get there.
That's going to do it for this segment of sports, but don't you move a muscle. There'll be more after this timeout.